Hey folks, this is Vent with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Fantasy of Expedition. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about $10. So, when I first looked at this game, I was like, wow, this looks pretty similar to Weapon Shop Fantasy, a game I've been playing, for about a year or two, and recently reviewed it. And I was playing it, I'm like, it is, almost. I mean, it's a roguelike, so it's different. You're not managing a shop at all, but the art and the characters that I'm seeing are taken straight from Weapon Shop Fantasy. For example, the vampire enemy that I'm facing at the end of my current level looks exactly like the vampire shopkeeper that I am in Weapon Shop Fantasy. It's just really weird. You also have the Swamp of Darkness, the Snowy Highlands, the Forest of Illusion. These are the names of the locations in Weapon Shop Fantasy. So I was like, is this by the same developer? And I looked, and turns out no. Weapon Shop Fantasy was made by Dig Dog Studios, and then published by NDCN, whoever that is. And then Fantasy of Expedition was developed by LW.C and published by Milk Bottle Studio. Now, I don't know if any of those companies are affiliated with each other or not, but it just seemed weird. It just stuck just in my head. A little light bulb went off and was like, this game, it's using things from Weapon Shop Fantasy. That's one of the reasons why I asked for a press copy, and luckily I got one. So anyway, now that that's out of the way, Fantasy of Expedition, what is it? It's a roguelike strategy adventure game where players are going to choose one of, I think it's like 5 heroes, but you can only choose one of 3 in the beginning. You have to unlock the rest. And you're branching off into separate pathing like you would in a roguelike, say Slay the Spire. You're going to choose a spot, go to it, and then you're going to complete that encounter. Typically, it's some kind of battle. And the battle is this. Your character is on the leftmost side of the screen. It cannot be touched. But then you've got your army in front of you that is going around doing things in real time. So it's got a real-time strategy element to it. You can hit spacebar and then issue orders to your people. You can also directly use your skills on the battlefield. So you point and click where you want to hit. Left click for this skill, right click for that skill, double click, or just click left and right at the same time to activate your special ability. And you can even swap out different abilities before the match starts. You can also swap out your army. For example, your starting army is either going to be light, dark, or nature. And you'll get bonuses depending on certain things. Each character, each army person that you have has various abilities, various resistances to certain things, and so on. And you can equip more people to your army, and you can set their formations to a limited degree. Like your front line has more defense and your back line has more attack. You can also combine 3 of the same unit to upgrade a single unit. So you can take 3 units and combine them into 1 and make it more powerful. You can do that. At the end of every battle, you get to choose a special thing, one of 3 things. Do I want a new person? Do I want a new army person to add to my my retinue? Do I want a wand, which is like a passive buff that's always there? Think relics and the like from roguelikes that are always, those buffs are always there to help you, and so on. So you can choose different rewards after you beat a battle. And you'll encounter other things as well, like there's a shop where you can buy new people or new items. There's a trainer. There's like random events. There's elite monsters. There's a way to bless, meaning that you can give someone a random benefit or remove a curse. So there's typical roguelike gameplay in this game. Just take the graphics and the art from Weapon Shop Fantasy, put it into a roguelike, and then give it like an army management mechanic. And that's what this game is. You're just going to embark on a series of runs, and when you die, you die. That's it. You do get these permanent points that will carry over, and then you can spend them in your little tech tree at the main menu to give yourself permanent bonuses for the next game. So even though the first run may be difficult because, you know, you're dying pretty quickly, you will have benefits to help you out later on as you throw these points into these permanent buffs. You can also set the difficulty. There's normal, hard, whatever. There's also modifiers like once a character is dead in a battle, like once an army person is dead in battle, there's no resing them. Typically, you can pay a fee to res them. Once all of your army people are dead in combat, by the way, it's game over. Your run is over. You can retry it if you want to, but typically you're not strong enough to do it. You can set the difficulty. You can even go below normal. You can customize it, but whenever you adjust the slider to make it easier, your completion bonus will be less. It'll actually tell you what the multiplier will be once you adjust the settings accordingly. So the easier you make it, the less reward you get whenever you complete a run, assuming you complete a run at all. So what do I think of this? It's not bad. I mean, I've played a gazillion roguelikes at this point, and this one isn't bad. I like the army management. I like that each character has different abilities. I like that your character has different abilities that they can use. It's very clicky, though, because your character can attack as well. You point and click where you want your abilities to go, and click, 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 click. Oh, mana is recharging. Click, click, click. Speaking of mana, there's, I think it's called energy, but each character operates a little bit differently. Like, for example, you have an artificer, whatever it's called, and it generates this mana / energy over time, and then you can use your abilities. Whereas you've got this slasher guy, this hero. If you're him, you just continuously attack. Left click, left click, left click, left click, and then you generate rage, I think it is, sort of like you would in a melee class would in like Diablo or some sort of action RPG. So each character that you choose will do something different. Again, there are other classes that or other characters that you can be, but they're locked to start. So you choose one of 3 people to start your run with, but there's 2 more, I think, that I have yet to unlock. So it's not a bad game. It's just I've done the roguelike thing before. I think what really sets this game apart from other roguelikes is the army management and the real time. You can hit spacebar to pause, and you can issue orders. Like, you can tell your healer to heal this person. You can tell this guy to run away, because if you don't tell him to do that, more than likely he'll die if he's taken too much damage. So you might have to pause and issue orders appropriately. But yeah, I mean, I think that's what set it apart from other roguelikes that I've played. Typically, roguelikes are, card-based, whereas this game is army-based and real-time based. But you're still branching down different paths like you would in a typical roguelike. And yeah, I do want to see more, and the fact that it has a permanent upgrade system makes me want to play it again. So I do recommend this one. It's $10 on Steam right now. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.